Hello, today I would like to talk about new features and the new functionality that has been implemented into the Resico ERP system. Lately, we have been working on improvements in user interface and to reduce number of unnecessary clicks when creating a new product card and when creating a sales invoice. So, in a client profile, we now have a new section called default values. And if we open that, we can see that there are settings for the products and also for the sales invoices. For the products, we have two uh, things here. It's a unit of measure and the VAT. And for both of them, you can set up the default value. Uh, Once those are set up in a product cards, when you create a new one or when you make an import, you won't need to fill in these two parameters because system will fill in default values by default. Yeah, so let's check how it works. So if we create a new product card, then we can see what the unit of measure is already filled in and the same about the VAT. And now, in order to create a new product, you just need to fill in description, standard price, including VAT, and the unit cost, and that's it. The same refers to the import. If you are using import functionality to create new products, then as you know, um, VAT and unit of measure are mandatory fields. But now, once we have like default values in the system, and if you have filled in those two values in a client profile, you won't need these two parameters in Excel anymore. Let's return to default values configuration. Sales invoice. For sales invoices as well, you can now set up default values for the currency. If you're working with several, you can set up a default value for the payment method used in a sales invoice, the same about the payment terms, and you can also define the email language in case you are using email functionality in the Resico ERP system, what allows you to automatically send a sales invoice in an email to a customer. And if this functionality is used, we currently have enhanced this functionality, allowing you to have several languages in those emails. And now you can also define default value for the language used in those emails. And also for the sales invoice, you can now indicate if the printout of the sales invoice by default will have a signature fields, or it will have a note about the document being prepared electronically, and you can mark it here. So let's save the settings and let's check out how that works in a system when we create a new sales invoice. So I navigate to sales invoices. I select create new sales invoice, and I just need to select the customer we will use here. And if we go down in the details section, we can see what I already have, like currency filled in, payment method indicated, payment terms here, and also we have a mark about the electronic printout also here. The only thing left in the header is to select from which location I will prepare the sales invoice, and we can save and proceed to lines. So a lot less clicks to do when you are manually preparing sales invoice in a system. In a sales invoice lines, we also have news. So we have enabled option to modify product description for this particular invoice. So as before, the product description fills in automatically from the product card. But for example, if you need to translate this product card or modify it just for this particular invoice, now you have an option to do that here. So you can add whatever description you would like to have in the sales invoice and simply save the line. One more new feature what we have here. So until now we didn't had option to provide 100% discount in the sales invoice. Now there is such possibility. So you can use 100% discounts, and you can also use 0 zero price for the sales invoice lines. So let's go back to the client profile. So we talked about default values, and I mentioned, but now we have also option to translate emails or use multiple languages in the email templates. So let's see how it goes. So let's navigate to emails. In order to translate a mail template to another language, you simply need to switch the user interface of the system to another language. Let's select Latvian, for example, and you can simply translate the template to the language you've chosen. Now I'm adding description in Latvian now. Uh, and we can add some order number here, here as well. We can, okay, and we can save that. And if we switch back to English, now we can see what for this language we have one mail template, and if we switch to Latvian, then we can see that it's a little bit different. I've translated that, and then according to the settings, if you will send an email in the Latvian, then customer will get this kind of information. If email goes out in English, then again customer will get a little bit different email depending from the template we have in English here. So that's about the mails. One more thing, if we talk about default values, then on the customer as well, on the customer card as well, we've added additional fields for the invoice, and now you can override the general default values by adding specific information for each customer, and it can be different from the default values. So let's say, let's modify this customer here, and let's say what payment method for this customer will be PayPal, and it will be only 7 days in which customer needs to pay, and we can also indicate what VAT rate. That's very important. For VAT rate for the order lines by default will be changed, and system will not use the VAT indicated in the product card, but will automatically switch to the VAT you indicate here in the customer additional data. And this is very handy if you have customers who are companies from other country and where you need to apply a different VAT rate. Then in combination with customer price groups and this setting here, you can make this process very easy for you. So basically the VAT can change automatically when you create an invoice for this customer, and sales prices can also change automatically if you have defined the customer price group, if you have defined prices for that price group, and you've added customer to the particular customer group which has this price group assigned to the customer. Yeah, so now we have the settings set up here, and let's see how that will work in the sales invoice. Let's create a new sales invoice. We need to select that particular customer here, IBSC. We get all the information. We can see that the payment method is different from the default settings we selected previously, and for this customer, it selects the ones that are set up customer specific. Yeah. So we select the location, and we can proceed with the lines. And here, if we select any product, we see that the VAT is also assigned the one from specifically defined for this customer, and we don't need to change each line like separately if we need to use different VAT for this particular customer. Yeah, basically that's it. Enjoy the new functionality, and until next time. Thank you.